Deep.
Deep as a bitch.
Deep as a bitch.
Storming.
All right. It's not.
Outside rainchy.
It's actually not.
Keeps me warm.
Maybe.
I don't know what that word is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Quiet.
She keeps me warm.
Oh, so I did.
What do
got
you
it
mean?
Right. Okay. Conversation makes me whole.
Whole, I think it's whole. I think it's But what was that?
I don't know. I was trying to get the word still.
Yeah.
Summer rain.
What is happening? Why are you doing this?
Can I go to my part?
I don't care.
In the middle
All right.
when I'm alone.
You thought I was going to do the
I
background.
thought you were going to do the backgrounds.
I wasn't.
Where's the backgrounds?
Alone.
I hear her kisses. Oh, I feel her kisses on me, even when she's gone.
What is it? Can't wait till she gets home.
So that's one of my favorite songs, man. It has to be.
I think it is.
Like,
I think it is one of your favorite songs.
and you know the funny thing? I don't think I knew it was one of my favorite songs until I got with you.
Because we play a lot of music around here, probably.
Not even.
We play a lot of old music, maybe?
Not even. I'll tell you why. Because before you, I was so used to being alone a lot that when I'm alone, I'm not even thinking about what I'm singing.
You're just singing stuff.
Right. Mm-hmm. But when I'm around people, I'm conscious of what I'm doing. And I find myself singing Summer Rain often.
Why? Are you trying to show off?
No, I just really love that song. But I didn't realize it until I was with you. I was like, damn, I sing that song a lot.
I don't know if any of that makes sense.
No, like when you sing, like for me, singing is therapeutic.
Yeah.
So when I do it, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just doing it. But when I'm around people, I'm very conscious of myself singing. So I know what I'm singing. I know what key I'm in. I know all of that. Really? And I just find myself singing Summer Rain a lot. Oh, I found myself singing Summer Rain a lot. And I was like, damn, I sing this song a whole lot. But it's one of the songs I'm really comfortable with.
Yeah, you love that song.
You know what I mean? That's my shit right there, man.
Yeah, you love that song.
Damn, son. Move your head a little bit. Move your head. There you go.
That was very dumb. That was very stupid. That was so stupid.
Listen, people. Give me some applause.
I don't know which button is it.
Bitches love.
No, that's the wrong button.
This is the button.
No, damn it.
Well, why you ask me to do it? You know I know the buttons. I just play too much. Yeah, I just be playing. I know that one.
Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. Give me some applause. We are at episode 300. Oh my gosh, it feels good. It feels so celebratory.
First of all, shut up.
What?
You didn't acknowledge how good my horns were just then.
No, they really were good.
I mean, because I lit it up in here.
They really were good.
It sounded like a crowd was in this bitch.
You know, I'm kind of sad. I hope you can redo that in a little bit.
Probably not.
Because
that's probably what you're gonna get.
That was a great one to record.
Nah, because I hear y'all been talking shit about my horns.
Oh, they been going in on your horns.
And I think what I did just killed it.
It did, but I was saying 300 while you was doing it.
Okay.
So I can't like.
I was trying to be the background.
Nah.
Oh, all right.
There's a very slight possibility that because I'm so loud and we're so close, I'm sure that my 300 bled on your mic.
Oh, that's okay.
So yeah.
All right.
But we are at episode 300. The And Then We podcast, formerly known as the And Then We Had Sex podcast, has made it to 300 episodes. And first and foremost, thank you.
I think what's crazy about it is we've been out for a long time.
And
there's a lot of people that have made it to 300 before us, but they be doing like 2-3 episods a week.
Oh, yeah.
They don't miss weeks.
Yeah. And in the beginning, we missed weeks.
And the thing is, a lot of people they don't be married and like having little kids and like record in their house.
Yeah, you know.
Like we co-hosts, but we also parents.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, well, before I
and you be getting sick. Everybody ain't got the line of medicines you got.
What I will say is,
everybody don't have got out there. You know, They operated on 2 healthy feet.
What I will say is, through all of this, we've never missed more than 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
We've never missed more than 2 weeks in a row since we've started.
Well, I mean, that's good.
So I'm proud about that.
Okay.
I'm proud. It's consistency. The only problem is, like, the first 3 years, we were missing like 2 weeks.
Consistent at all.
We were missing 2 weeks. No, we were consistent, but we were missing like a week here, and then we come back a week, and we might miss 2 weeks, and then we come back. You know, it was moving, but
we've been doing this podcast almost 8 years.
No, almost 7.
Almost 8.
I don't think so. The boys are 7. Yeah.
I was pregnant.
Yeah, but okay, so
and they're into 7 right now.
Okay, but here it goes. First of all, I want to acknowledge the balloons.
Oh, if you watching the video, my baby made this. Let me look.
Well, I made the other one, so
he made it because he didn't want to buy no balloons.
Yeah, okay, because so I had every intention on buying balloons, the gold 300 balloons, and then I realized that Party City isn't open anymore.
Yeah, they're not.
So if I'm to get the balloons, I have to find a way to blow them up, and I didn't know where that would happen.
Many things.
Yeah, so I was like, man, let me
I know somebody that got a tank.
Yeah, and then so that hit me.
She keep a tank.
That hit me,
and then I was like, keep a party with her.
But then I thought,
yeah,
even if I was to get blown up balloons, where the fuck am I supposed to put it? We are cramped over here.
You're right.
Yeah, I mean,
it wouldn't have mattered on the screen. We would have known it was 300.
We would have known,
but they wouldn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't have known shit.
Okay.
So you know, I found a way to shout out to Slim for. You know, giving me some assets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. This makes more sense for us.
Yeah, man. But no. So we originally started recording before the boys were born.
Yeah.
But we didn't drop the actual podcast until after they were born.
You sure it was after?
I'm positive. It was after they were born that we actually released anything.
I was very pregnant.
You were pregnant.
I was very pregnant.
You were what, 7 months pregnant?
I was very pregnant.
You were 7. You was like at the end of 6, beginning of 7 months pregnant when we recorded our first 2 episodes.
You know what I think is so funny about our first 2 episodes? If you have ever seen them, they're online. I don't think they're on our page.
No, they're not on our page.
They're on another page. What's so funny is about the first couple of episodes, they look like what people do in the beginning when they think they have to start a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, it's very polished, great camera angles, coloring, lighting. We in a comedy club the very first episode. Like it's a whole thing.
Well, it was the vision. It was the vision originally.
Yeah, it was. And then we realized that you didn't have to do all that because those weren't really making their rounds.
Well, that was part of it. The other part was, in order to stay consistent, so we recorded those first 2 episodes with Treasy. Shout out to Treasy.
Shout out to Treasy.
We started with On Air. No, it's not called On Air. On Ear.
On Ear.
On Ear podcast production.
Shout out to Leezy.
Right. As a matter of fact, if you listen to the first 150 episodes, maybe less than 150, but at least the first 100, we at the end there's a tag On Air Productions. So we started with them. I remember I was living in LA. Was I living in LA? No, I wasn't living in LA at the time, but I was back and forth a lot. And I remember calling Treasy and telling him I had an idea for a podcast. For you and I.
What did you tell him?
I told him I wanted to do a podcast where we were to interview comedians about their comedy and relationship stuff. But I remember telling him, and I told you this as well. In the beginning, I was like, but I want to make sure that we have at least 15 to 20 minutes at the top of every episode where Kristen and I would banter. Because at that time, I had been listening to podcasts for about 2 or 3 years. And what I realized was I was drawn to the podcast hosts that I felt like I knew.
Yeah.
So I said, I never want to rely on guests.
Yeah.
Because if we can't have a guest one week or something like that, I want people to still want to tune in to us. So at the top of every episode, I want us to have 15, 20 minutes of banter. He was like, okay. So what happened was for those very first 2 episodes, we were supposed to we were supposed to interview Damon Wayans Jr. And something happened with our people and his people where the time wasn't confirmed. But we had the whole space, Funny Bone, to ourselves. So we decided to record the first part of the podcast for the Damon Wayans episode right there, the banter between you and I. That went longer than I think we expected it to.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, that went longer than I think we expected it to. But that was literally the first thing we ever recorded for the podcast. And then after that, I remember it was so funny because you were saying, this is not an interview. Stop interviewing me.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's what I do. I'm used to interviewing people. Like, I interview, you make jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we didn't think anything of it. Then we did Damon Wayans later that evening, and everything was done. It had to be a couple of weeks later. Now it wasn't long
Damon Wayans
after.
Jr.
Damon Wayans Jr.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't long after where you went into labor. And at the time, I was also recording our docu-series.
If you want to call it that.
All of us. We had a couple of episodes. I had about 3 more in the bank, but I didn't release those. But yeah, so I was recording that, and you had just you went into labor. You had the babies. We were gone for about a week, and then I came home, and I remember just saying, yo, I cannot get this docuseries done and take care of twins. Like, this is hard. And I remember talking to Treasy like, yo, is everything ready? And he was like, yeah, we can record it. We can release it. I remember making a cover. The first cover was
trash.
Oh, my God.
It was trash.
I didn't know anything about Photoshop. I didn't know anything about designing. Today, I know nothing about designing, but I know a lot about Photoshop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But I was trying because my thing was, yo, we got to make this happen. We got to make this happen. I believe in this. So we put the first episode out, which was Damon Wayans Jr. And then I don't know if we waited a week or we dropped. Whenever we dropped the second episode, we went back to the numbers. Now, for anybody that's never done podcasting or knows nothing about podcasting, it isn't something that just happens overnight unless you're a celebrity. So we were looking at numbers, and we were getting like 100 downloads or something like that.
Yeah.
But what I noticed was the second episode that we released with you and I got about 500 or 600 downloads. And I found that to be a little weird. I'm like, how the hell did our joint get more? And I think that's when we realized that, oh, people like us. But
that's when you realized it.
Well, no, we didn't know that people liked us together. We had never done anything together, So it was like, oh, people like us. Like, got a little banter going on. That's cool. But in my mind, it was like, oh, so my idea works.
Yeah.
We banter in the beginning, and then we'll put, another episode. But the thing was, we didn't have a comedian. That's why we dropped the second episode with just you and I.
Yeah.
So we still try to do comedians.
We did Haha Davis. We did Nico White. We did Leonard Oots. B. Simone and Desi. We did them at the same time. Who else did we do? Ryan Davis,
Ryan, we did Ryan.
Thelonious Monk.
Yeah. And we were doing comedians.
Yeah.
I think almost every week we were dropping episodes with comedians.
Carmen Morales. That was a good one. It was Carmen Morales.
Oh yeah, that was
this other guy. I can't remember his
another
name.
guy.
I feel so bad, but I love Carmen. That was a really good episode.
It was. But what happened? I don't remember exactly what it was that happened, but whatever it was, we had something happen in between you and I, where either we had to go somewhere or something happened where we couldn't record with a comedian. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did a lot of people, but we couldn't record with a comedian. So I asked our girl Amanda for her recording equipment. And I was like, let's just record an episode at home. We didn't have any video for this, but I was like, we got to put an audio out. We did that. I think maybe the second or third time that we did that, we actually had some people come over, and we started finding a little groove with just us, to the point where I started questioning the whole identity of what the podcast would be. Because the interviews, I think, except for like maybe Ryan, well, most of the comedians that we were cool
Felonious
with.
Monk.
Yeah.
Felonious was a really good one.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Yeah.
Leonard.
Everyone we were cool with.
Yeah.
They were good episodes.
Yeah.
But anybody that we didn't really like
that we didn't
rock
know, for real, it was... I'm telling you, that B. Simone and Desi interview haunts me to this day. That interview was fucking trash.
It was.
And it was trash because, I'm not even gonna lie, and if you listened long enough, you know I don't be caring about shit. I did not know anything.
She didn't know
about
anything about B. Simone or Desi.
I didn't know shit about them. I think I knew a little bit about B. Simone, but I didn't know nothing about them. I was like, how do I go in and interview somebody I do not fucking know? And they're both sitting in there, and I'm just, you asking questions. And I think some of the questions they was getting annoyed because you was asking if they was together. And then
I didn't ask that. You told me not to ask that.
No, because at one point she was like, what is the question? Because you were saying stuff like that. You
Maybe.
were. Because that stood out in my head because I remember her saying that. But like, I just was like, I don't know what to say to them. I have no fucking idea. Like, I don't know these people.
It felt super weird.
Yeah.
It definitely felt super
no
weird.
shade to them. I'm not good at, if I know absolutely nothing, it felt like we were literally just hanging on to comics to get views.
Right.
And I knew that. I was like, I'm just not this person. I can't do this. Like, I don't even like the way I looked. I don't like the setup.
Oh, we'll get to that.
I'm talking about any of, what?
We'll get to that.
I'm just talking about that interview.
Oh,
itself.
that interview. Okay.
That one. And you know what makes me mad is it has a good amount of views on it. Oh, I hate that shit. It's got views on it. And I'm like, and people in the comments are like, they not letting them say nothing. We don't care about them. Why they? And I'm just like, my bad. I want to get in the comments and be like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Right. But it was, and you know what it was? I didn't have, with those comments, I didn't have a problem with that because like I said, I always wanted it to feel like a conversation more so than an interview, so to speak. So yeah, we started recording on our own. Treasy wasn't available, so we couldn't get any video. And we did a couple of episodes just audio. And then I remember asking Kristen, can we please record? And Kristen fought me for episodes, like at least 3-4 episodes she fought me.
I fight everything.
She did not want to put it on video. And I'm like, yo, that's the only way we're going to spread this is if we put stuff on video. And we finally got to put it on video. I didn't have any cameras. I didn't have anything. I had my iPhone. Matter of fact, I had 2 iPhones. And I was like, okay, bam, let's do this.
Let's do this.
Yeah. And we were just having fun, having conversations, just, and what I realized early on was we're saying things that couples don't say, and I was like, this is cool. If we still do it to where nobody knows us, nobody listens to us, I'm having fun doing this with you. And then one episode, one of your friends come over.
Because I was like, she's into, entertainment stuff. She does acting. She wants to do audio. Like, just let her sit in on some stuff and kind of be a producer for us.
No, this is before producer though.
Oh, just come to the thing. She was into
we were just inviting people over. And it was like, yo, I was like, fine. I didn't care at the time because it was like, okay, we got another person sitting in. And what you used to do, I don't know if you remember doing this, is we would set up a third mic and we would have people, we would pass the mic to the people that were listening.
I do remember a little bit.
Yeah,
that got chaotic.
Yeah, but that's why we plugged up the mic so that if you're talking in the background, at least have a mic to talk on it.
No, that got
and
chaotic.
The first time that she told her friend to come through with the mic, she held it the entire time, and it was great. And We brought her back another week. And before we, as a producer, that's when you say, oh, she could be a producer, da-da-da-da.
And then she would always come up with plans for the show, and Gerard would never listen to her.
I hated all of
And
that.
I was like, I don't understand if you know what a producer is.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't give a fuck about none of those plans. She worked so hard. She made an envelope. She did all these things. I mean, she had everything put together, organized. He didn't give a fuck about that shit.
Care about, you know why? Because
you didn't do it.
No, because I had a vision. And in the beginning, we weren't on the same. We know that she's much different than I am, thought-wise, thought process-wise.
No, she's not.
No, well, not thought process-wise, but how do I say this? She's much different than I am when it comes to the presentation that we want to give. I was I want to give more of a laid back thing, and she was more buttoned up. And I was like, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, because she was bringing structure, I was like, oh, it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? But what I loved was her on the mic. And what I noticed after maybe like the first or second time, I was like, she's just as open and honest as we are.
Yeah,
Which was different. And that's kind of what we were presenting, so it worked. And she stayed on with us for, damn, how long?
A long time.
Long time.
I can't remember though. It was a couple of years because we toured a little bit.
Yeah, we toured a little bit right before pandemic.
Yeah.
And that's where she really came into. She really proved her value during the pandemic. And if you don't know who I'm talking about now,
whoa. Wait, where did you venture off to?
This looks weird talking to you guys on FaceTime like this. You look like you're like about to give me an award or something, like I won something.
Well, I just said a whole bunch of nice things about you, and that's all you'll get. As long as you can't hear it,
you ain't even getting to hear them. That's crazy.
What did you?
If you didn't know, we were talking about Taylor.
Where are you? What you doing? Actually, don't tell me what you're doing.
I'm not doing anything.
Hold on, the applause is still going. We can't hear
wait,
you.
I can't hear you.
Okay.
Why are you sharing your Spotify music with me?
I'm sharing Spotify music with you?
No.
Yes.
Wow. He pressed the applause thing. He doesn't know how to work this. What? Wait, are you listening? What are you doing?
I didn't even know I had Spotify on here. Anyway, Taylor.
I don't know how to stop this.
What the hell is happening? He don't know how to work shit. Wait, is music really playing?
I don't have Spotify, so it has to be her.
Is it done now?
Okay.
There you go.
We're back.
Okay.
That's insane.
Okay. Hello, Taylor.
Hi. How's it going? What are you talking about?
What are some of your first memories of the podcast? We're at episode 300.
Why is he interviewing you like
And I'm
this?
not interviewing
that's
her.
what I'm thinking. Also, I'm on the corner of a street in DC right now.
Sounds on brand for you, being on a corner.
Don't keep her long. She doing shit. She doing outside stuff that
She just said she won't do shit.
people that are fun do.
I said I was going outside, and you said call, and I said okay. Not I was going to be interviewed and had to answer questions.
It's not an interview, it's a question.
Okay, what was the question again?
What are some of your first memories of doing the podcast?
Oh, learning how much I didn't like you. What are the first? Okay, wait. My honest first memories of doing the podcast, I think immediately to COVID and being high.
That's a very good summary of the
COVID episode.
No, the high part is the high. I was high every episode.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Specifically, do you remember when we were standing outside and we were looking at the bricks, and I was telling you how one of the bricks looked like a story?
That fucking high.
These motherfuckers would get high and come in the house and then talk to me about high shit that I didn't want to hear.
However, would you be on your 300th episode if we did not get high and yappy?
Yeah, because
I guess not.
I think high got a lot out of me that I probably wouldn't have said before. High got a lot of shit out of me.
Do you have a favorite moment?
Do I have a favorite moment? I mean, there's a bunch of different things that pop. I mean, doing the live shows.
Okay.
I think so too.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the
DC
live
too,
show was the first one, right? Right before COVID, like everything shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, also the DC one was pretty interesting.
Oh,
that was the second DC show, though.
No, but it was interesting.
It was interesting.
No, wasn't that the first one?
No, that was the second one.
That
was definitely the second one.
With the guests?
Yeah. Yeah,
She
the Australian dude.
She had a great time.
Yeah.
I don't think they were
Australian.
They weren't
They were
not Australian. They were Irish, right?
Oh, they were Irish.
They were Irish, yes.
Yeah, you would know.
They were.
You would know.
Huh?
You would know.
It's crazy. I can't hear anything. The cars in the background. City life. Whoa.
Oh, man.
Yo.
But no, I wanted to get you up here because you are a pivotal piece of why we've made it to 300.
Wait. Say that. Is it? It's recorded?
I fucking hate her.
Yo.
Fuck you, Taylor.
Yo, we asked people what things did they like, what are their favorite parts, and a lot of people was like, honestly, I miss Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they hate us. No. Someone said they just miss the fuck you Taylors, and that.
You know what? If that's bringing somebody, yo, why is your music
What
coming
just
back?
happened?
I did say that ended Spotify jam for. Wow, I have no idea what that
y'all,
was.
If y'all are listening, he don't know what the fuck he doing with this
Trying to set the
FaceTime.
mood here.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh man,
well,
but
that's
no,
really nice.
no.
I'm happy to have been a part of this, and that you guys are at 300. That's amazing.
Yes,
I
man.
guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Nah.
I mean, it's surprising because Kristen, you can still get out of this.
We have a plan for that too. If I ever get out of it, we can still record.
Yeah. We got some footage that's never been released. So
Yeah.
it'll
be a great episode.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Anyway.
go have fun like
Yes.
that regular people have when
Yes.
you know.
Now someone's gonna call like services or something. Be like, there's this crazy lady on the side of the street.
Yo, you really are on the corner. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, for real.
I really like. I posted the phone on the side of a building. I'm here.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We appreciate you and your dedication,
I'm
man.
so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry this has happened.
Always happy to be here.
Okay. So we'll probably see you soon, I
Yes.
guess, at some point. And then, all right.
All right. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye,
Love you,
Taylor.
bye. Damn, we should have recorded earlier.
Yeah, man.
Because she outside.
But yeah, so Taylor was there, and Taylor brought something great to the podcast. And then Taylor says that she has other things to explore, which also came around the same time that we were being evicted from our place. Not evicted.
We weren't evicted. Don't say evicted because we had the money.
Yeah, evicted sounds like we we were told we had to leave.
Yeah,
we wanted to.
No, we were leaving our place.
Yeah, but this is also when it became super hard to find a fucking spot.
Because it was COVID.
COVID, yeah.
And there were people that were not moving out of their places.
Right.
We dealt with a little bit of racism.
Yeah. We looked for 6 months before.
And we had the money the whole time,
Yeah.
which was crazy. And people were literally, there was this one place we really wanted. And the lady, I can't remember what she said to you. It was something about like you speak well. It was along some shit like you speak very well or whatever when you were emailing her. It was some wild shit.
Yeah.
But then we finally got a place.
Well, you were speeding up.
Oh, I don't know what your plan is for
exactly.
today.
So,
you can't be the only one talking. Tell me.
Okay, so I'm just telling the story.
I want to tell the story.
How we got to 300.
I want to tell the story.
We were you know where we at. We left
Stop
our
saying
place.
evicted.
Yeah. We left our place when we were homeless.
Essentially,
we were homeless. We had a place to stay. But it wasn't our own. So with not having our own place and not having Taylor anymore, it brought up a question: what is the podcast now? So I remember the first episode after realizing Taylor's not here anymore. And I think that was so uncomfortable.
It was awkward.
Yeah, very awkward.
And which is so weird because it's not like we don't talk to each other, but we also like, well, what the fuck are we doing?
Right. Because we had developed the flow. I think
she was like the single voice.
Yeah.
Which combated our
married voices.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was also a referee.
Yeah. She was a referee.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. So it became, it was difficult to figure out where do we go from here.
And that's stressful to put on somebody.
What?
To be the co-host, but also be in the middle of arguments.
Oh yeah,
That's a lot to put on somebody.
Yeah, it was a lot. But yeah, so the first episode didn't go too well. But the next episode went surprisingly well. And it was like, oh, just go back to what y'all was trying to do in the beginning. And this time, y'all actually, not the very beginning, but, when we said sans the comedians, just go back to having real conversations as a married couple. But, this time we knew how to do a podcast because at this point we have been doing it for 3 or 4 years. So, we brought the knowledge of doing a podcast with the honesty that we always presented, and it kind of worked. And
we were getting a tiny bit of traction.
Yeah, it was still very low.
But it was enough that we started wanting to do live shows. So we did DC and Virginia Beach, I think.
Yeah.
And we're based in Virginia Beach. So it was we did those, but right after we did DC, the world cut off. So we had gotten a little bit, but it was still regional.
Yeah. So. And I remember Kristen having a conversation saying that she didn't know if she wanted to continue doing the podcast because she didn't see it going anywhere. And I said,
I have that every week.
Well, yeah. But this one was, it was pretty serious. And I was like, just hold on. I was like, just hold on. I feel like this is going to work at some point. And then maybe a week later, Sneaky Link comes out.
Yeah.
And Sneaky Link was just a clip that we literally didn't think anything of it. As a matter of fact, that the night before we recorded, the night of that episode we recorded it, we had just found out what the hell we didn't even find out what a Sneaky Link was. We were asking why the hell everybody keep talking about a Sneaky Link.
The basis of the whole conversation from the clip was we didn't know what it was.
Right.
So we were almost joking about you being my Sneaky Link, but it wasn't in the right context.
Right. We had if you listen to that whole episode,
sound like some old motherfuckers using shit wrong.
Yeah. If you listen to that episode, the first 30 minutes is just talking about Sneaky Link. What's his name had just put out his video that we had watched right before we recorded. We were just joking around. But that video took off. And
it was a lot of motherfuckers saying, your wife has just said you her Sneaky Link. How can you do this? And why are you looking at him like that? And blah, 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 blah. And you ain't shit. And it ended up being a lot of that where I wanted to be like, yo, I just didn't know what the fuck it meant. I was using it wrong. It ended up being me fighting people in the comments.
Yeah.
Because somebody hit me up and was like, did you know your videos on World Star? And my first thought was, damn, people still go to World Star? Because I didn't know. I mean, I don't go to websites and look for shit.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, it's got all these video views and comments. And I went and I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Right.
And then it started showing up on Shade Room and shit like that. And I was like, oh, okay, what is happening?
Yeah. And, that really took the podcast to another level. From there, we, started to tour, extensively. And everything was going well. And we thought this was what was going to be.
It was going more than well.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And then we hit a social media valley.
That's a good way to put it. That's a better way to put it.
Yeah. Which I would say for maybe 50 episodes or more, at least a year, year and a half, put us in a not so happy mood when it came to recording a podcast.
So we sounded like it.
Yeah. Yeah. We literally were, trying to find the reason again to record. Because once Sneaky Link happened, everything just kind of happened really quickly, and it made us change our lives as far as how we supported ourselves. As a matter of fact, the the social media stuff where our accounts were just being shadow banned, or whatever words you want to use for it, that hit as soon as we moved into our place, our new place. So we had a new place. And we had a new place. Our kids were going, while our youngest were going to kindergarten. And we were trying to figure out how the hell all of this was going to work. And it was very stressful. But each week we came, we popped the mics, and, you know, sometimes it was cool. Sometimes it wasn't so cool, because we just wasn't there, but we continue pushing. And then somebody left a comment. Oh man, they left a comment on the Apple, and they were just saying, you know, how much they love this, how much they have been watching for years or listening for years, but they could tell in our voices what was going on, and how much it affected us, and they just wanted that fun back. And we had a conversation. It was like, regardless of what the fuck's going on, there are still people listening. We have to show and prove, you know, and these last episodes since then have been so much fun. I've had fun, had a lot of fun. And, you know, now that we're at episode 300, it's just like, wow, that small idea has created all of this.
You could have brought me into that story a little bit more. You did a lot of talking.
My bad.
At the top of this. We 36 minutes in, and that was all you.
My bad.
No, not your bad. You got to write an outline so I can jump in too. I tried to jump in. You too far. Nigga, what is the line? Where are we? What is the story?
I'm sorry.
36 minutes in.
I'm sorry.
You not sorry.
You jumped like 100 episodes.
Well, I didn't know what the fuck he was about to talk about.
All right, go ahead.
I don't have nothing to say no more.
What you mean?
You didn't say everything. I mean, I don't know what to say.
You were helping.
I didn't. I wasn't saying, That's what I said in the mic most of the time.
How do you feel reaching 300?
I feel like it still feels like a little bit of episodes. Honestly, for as long as we've been doing this podcast for a long time. And I think it's so funny when people come in and they're like, what they don't realize how long we've been doing it. Because you get the people that comment, wait until they start talking about this, or wait until they married for a long, wait until we've discussed everything you could think of. And I think that's what the funny thing about a lot of this is that it is like, what else do we fucking talk about? Because we've covered everything.
Yeah.
And then I saw somebody make a comment maybe yesterday or today, and they were like, I don't know if I like how all their new conversations are starting to become serious. And I was like, girl, you should have been here in the beginning, girl. Because that shit was terrible in the beginning. All we did was fight. Everything was serious. We got over the serious. Like this is light stuff that we talking about now.
Yeah, I don't think because I saw with clip they put it on, I was like, this wasn't serious.
I think because a lot of people when we made the conscious decision to make sure that we put out a lot more like funnier clips instead of all of them being serious, I think they came in during that time.
See, but that's the thing.
And a lot of people don't know it's a full podcast. They just think it's clips.
Right. But that's the thing though. And I feel like we had this conversation early on, but I don't take anything to heart that's said on the mics.
Oh, I don't. I mean,
but that's why, to me, anything we put out is not that serious.
Well, some of the stuff is serious. Some of the stuff I am like, you're gonna get backlash on this.
Oh yeah, well that I understand. I completely understand that.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to let you guys know, especially in YouTube land, that we are solid. We couldn't have done this show for as long as we have without having a solid base away from microphones. Do you agree?
And if we, what? Which one?
What I just said.
Which part? The solid part, or we couldn't have had? What are you talking about?
No, never mind. Go ahead.
I think we all right. I think we doing all right. But I also think we can't be. Nobody is perfect at the end of the day, and I think because we talk about so many things on here, a lot of people will go forth and judge a lot of the shit, and that's fine. I mean, it's out there, it's content, but a lot of people are also going through the same things. And when people are like, y'all need to just leave each other. You need to, like, because of this one thing that you're doing, you should leave her or you should leave him or whatever else. Like, people are going through all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to take a lot more than you not trying to do foreplay. I mean, you going to do it. You've been doing it. We're going to get to it. But it's going to take a lot more than that for me to be like, all right, well, this is it's also take into account like who you are as a provider, who you are as a husband or a father, like what we talk about when we're not on the mic, because there are a lot of other hours in the day where
we say things that we can't put on the mic.
Yeah, oh my God, we say so many things. So many. If y'all heard most of the shit that we said, like we would not. I mean, microphones would turn off the minute we spoken to them.
Oh yeah.
Like YouTube would just be like, oh, it's them, and turn it off. Like it would be nothing. But there's so many more hours in a day. You only get the hours that we give you. You know what I mean? And a lot of shit, they could be genuine concerns, but a lot of times sometimes we talk about the stuff off the mic. Most of the time we do. But we revisit some stuff like we haven't talked about it off the mic sometimes, just because we wouldn't have content.
Yeah. And what I will say is it was your...
I mean, you don't listen, but,
What?
You don't listen, like, in general as a person.
Oh, no.
That is very true. The people that see that, you are right. But...
It's not that I don't listen.
You listen, you come back like our child. Like, we have our son, Caleb. He does something, and then he will apologize for it the next day. Or hours later. And you'll be like, what is he talking about? Oh, okay. But he does it all the time. Like, he'll just come in and be like, I'm so sorry I didn't eat breakfast yesterday. Like, it'll be something like that. Like, just random. And he is kind of the same way. But I've said that early on. When we were getting in arguments early on, you would, like, leave and then come back, and then we would have a sensible conversation.
No. You would leave. I never left.
Oh, nigga, who are you?
I never left.
You never left?
I never left.
You never left. Do you want, really? You want me to do that?
I never left. So you talking about on a podcast, right?
No, I'm talking about in general.
Oh, in life.
Oh, because you left and went to that girl house.
Oh, that's
that
different.
Woman house.
That's different.
How?
That's different.
How? You fucked her. So what does that mean? Not that night. You fucked her before.
So
that's what I'm saying. You did leave in the beginning.
Yeah. But I thought you were talking about on the podcast.
No, I'm talking about in the beginning. In the beginning.
Okay, that's cool.
I was just talking about you apologizing. That was inside and outside the podcast.
My bad.
That was just you as a person. That is correct. But everything else is, we got to talk about something.
Yeah. And what I will say is you were always very, you always had a very strong point. You always wanted to keep it very relatable and very real. And I
think I lived my life like that.
Yeah. And at first I wasn't with it. I was like, no, let's give them a version.
Yeah.
A version. But what you will learn with Kristen very, very quickly after knowing her.
He hates it.
Is that she don't listen either. And even if she is listening, she doesn't know how to be fake. She doesn't know how to be fake. She doesn't know how to give you. She's.
He hates it. He want me to be fake so bad.
It's not fake. Fake is the wrong word.
I don't know how to put on. I don't know how to put on.
Yeah.
I'm kind of me at all times. I mean, I can put on and be like really nice and serious, but if something bothers me or something is just completely out of character for me, I don't know how to act like it isn't bothering me.
Right. No, that's right.
Which is something I'm going to learn in a couple of weeks.
No, you're not.
All right.
But we appreciate now I know what you're talking about.
All right.
But we appreciate that, man. So yeah, episode 300. We are here.
300.
We are here. Let's keep into the 300 theme. Before we do, let's start it how we've started damn near 80-90% of our podcast.
Yeah.
It's J-Rod.
Kristen Sivills.
And then we the podcast, the fast growing podcast in Chicago, Illinois.
Hey.
It was that ending.
It was the ending.
It was that ending.
And because I looked at you and I was trying to hold the note out. And I think you were about to do something.
And then I shut the fuck up. I was like, this might be good.
So it cut me off. And my bad. I'm sorry. That's on me. That's on me. That ain't got nothing to do with y'all. I get stage fright. That don't got nothing to do with y'all. My bad. I'm so sorry.
Oh man. I guess we can get into the first half of the podcast. I'm telling you, it was all 300 theme, man. You know.
Bitches love this.
You did. All right. So this episode 300, Bitches Love List, top 6 list is the top 6 most controversial clips. Mm-hmm. These are the clips that either always appears in our feeds where people are talking shit or saying something very, adverse to our feelings. These are the clips that usually get the most views. These are the clips that people wonder why we're still together. But these are some of my favorite clips. Some of my favorite clips, man. These are top 6, man. Top 6 most controversial clips. Number 6.
I have number 1. So what?
Okay, so I'll go first.
Okay.
Number 6 is a new one. It's a new one.
It's a newer one.
It's a newer one. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it'll be one of those classics that every time we look at, we'll say, damn, we hate this clip circulating. Who is she? That came from about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's when I pulled the prank on my wife, telling her that I slept with one of her friends.
Which, if we're being honest, I don't think it's a prank, but I'm going to let you get that shit off.
You think I fucked somebody?
I'm going to let you get that shit off, though. I don't think that you fucked one of my close friends, but I think you fucked somebody that I know.
No.
And I've been around.
Never.
Right. I don't think that's right.
Wait, this is more interesting.
No.
Who do you think?
I think I fuck someone that is your friend. I mean, you fuck someone that's your friend and I've been around them. That's what I think. But it's okay.
Wait, say that again?
I think you fuck someone that's your friend.
My friend.
And I've been around them. I think that's where what it is. I don't think it's someone I talk to all the time.
Okay. I swear.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah, I don't believe that one.
Why? Because you think I'm going to hell?
Well, yeah, I don't think, because I think you've got enough credits in hell.
No, like
I think you've got enough credits in hell.
I promise on my children that it was literally me saying this would be funny.
Yeah, but I still think the other thing.
Who?
Oh, I'm not saying that. It's fine. One day you'll tell me. One day you will tell me. And then I'll just be like, all right, was that so fucking hard?
Who?
But until then, it's fine.
Who do you think?
It doesn't matter.
Who do you think?
It doesn't matter.
No, I kind of want to know now.
No, I don't care.
Oh, well, let me ask this question. If I did fuck her, was that me at a bad moment or was that me at a good moment?
No, I don't think. I think it was fine. I think it was fine. And
No, I'm saying, like, is that a person that, is... Because I feel like you...
Attractive or not attractive?
Yeah.
I think it's someone that's attractive.
Okay.
But it's fine. It's fine. You're never going to tell me. And that's okay, too. Because the scenario that you used it in is like, I fucked somebody and we both promised we wouldn't tell you. And I just think that I have an idea, but I don't think you're ever going to tell me. And that is fine.
You know what's wild? A couple of people, this is why it's one of the most controversial clips.
Yeah.
Because a couple of people have said that you're going to keep this on your mind forever.
Well, no, this is something I've already kept in my mind forever.
Right. And
this just reignited that I think that, I forgot that I think that. That's what this did. This is like, oh, yeah, we do think that. But it wasn't bothering me enough to fuck up our whole aura in this house.
What?
Like, it's not something I'm like, oh, yeah, and a nigga did. It's not like that. But it's like, I forgot I also think this.
So once again, this has been on your mind.
No, it hasn't.
It's been at the forefront of your mind.
No, it's been in my mind, but it brought it to the forefront doing the clip. But I've always thought this, and it didn't matter. But I said, he's not going to tell me. It's fine. But it's not something I'm holding on to, and I'm like, oh my God, absolutely.
I am sorry.
What?
I am so sorry that I even did that.
Well, that doesn't matter. I already thought this.
No, but the fact that you have even these thoughts just lets me know that A, I got your ass. But B, I apologize because this was not what I intended for it to do.
No, it's whatever you did with the clip, whatever. This is something I've already thought. This is not a new thought that I had.
Will you tell me when we off air?
Probably not, because you're not going to admit it. So it doesn't matter.
I will admit it.
No, I want you to just say it.
Say who? I don't know who you're talking about.
All right. It's fine. That's what I'm saying. I'm not giving you anything in your mind because I want you to just tell me. I'm not going to give you something you'd be like, no, I didn't, because I'm pretty sure you did. And I have backed up evidence in my head.
Wait a minute.
Like I've already have in my head why I stand by it. But I'm just one day he'll tell me and then it'll be fine. And I'm like, it's fine.
Give me one of the pieces of evidence.
Absolutely not.
You won't even give me your evidence?
No.
You won't even say, okay, no.
I just want you to just tell me one day.
I can't just tell you if I don't know who you're talking about.
You know, but you probably never thought you would tell me. So that's why you forgot. Fine.
Do we see this person often? No, because we don't see my friends often.
Okay. Oh, and like I said, it doesn't matter. And who said it was? I'm just saying it's somebody that you know. I don't think it's not someone I talk to every day.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter. It's fine. I don't care.
But it kind of sounds like you do.
No, I don't care. It's one of those things where in the beginning, when I cared so much about things like that, it would have fucked me up. I would have been like, oh no. But now I'm so into this marriage and the way we do things that I'm like,
that is a terrible reason.
No, I'm saying like I'm comfortable in the marriage.
That's terrible.
In the beginning, it was very like I'm looking for everything to be wrong because I can't believe in my mind that I, am in a marriage and with someone that could be faithful.
Okay.
So I'm looking for everything because I've been so scorned.
Okay, I got you.
So this isn't something I think happened recently. This is something that I think happened before me. But in my head, now I'm like, all right, well, one day he won't be a bitch and he'll tell me.
Wait a minute. See, that was good, though. I like how you did that.
You don't have to have low self-esteem because I called you being a bitch.
I know. I like how you did that.
That's being a bitch. One day you will, and then you will tell me.
I like how you did that.
But until then, okay, whatever.
I can't tell you something that I don't even know the
you know it.
Of.
Yeah, you have to think of things that you said you would never tell me.
Did I ever say I would never tell you anything?
Yeah, I'm sure there are things. I'm sure that there are things that you have been like, it doesn't matter how good things are going, I can't tell her this because even though I'm okay now, maybe you have ideas of who I used to be when we first got into this. And you're like, it doesn't matter what she says, she's going to react like this.
Do you have that?
Do I have that? I don't think so. I think I feel like I've told you everything. But maybe I'm wrong and there's something I can't think of. But
no, I'm talking about like not something you can't think of. I'm talking about something that you said I won't tell him or anybody or whatever the case may be. Do you have anything like that?
I can't think of anything off top. But maybe. I think it would be one of those things that, like, sometimes you have things like that and you block it out. You know what I mean? Like, you just block it out of your mind.
Okay.
But you'd have to say something that would like, bring it back up for me to be like, oh, this. Might be something I just forgot about. I don't think you forgot about this. I just don't think you think about it because you were like, I'm never saying this.
That is interesting. Okay.
I know.
These are the top 6 most controversial clips. Number 5.
This was another big clip for us. And I think this one might have ended up on like It's On Site or some shit like that.
Okay.
The one when I said you weren't my type. So we had a clip that went out where you said, am I your type? And I said no.
Okay.
And I was like, that you weren't my type. But I like, and you said, what's not your type? Or what am I? And I was like, a little bit corny, but I like it though. You don't remember me saying that?
I don't remember this clip at all.
I had blue hair in the clip and a red shirt.
Okay, so it was the old house.
It was
okay.
It was an old clip.
Uh-huh.
And you were like, am I your type or something like that?
Okay.
And I said that you weren't my type.
And what kind of feedback?
You weren't my usual type. And then everybody was on me because I said that. You weren't the person that I would usually go for, but also the niggas I was going for was trash.
That don't make me feel great though.
I mean, but you cute.
No.
You're not the person, you're not like when I'm going, I don't know what it is.
I'm not the guy that if you see me out on the street, you'd be like, oh.
But I wouldn't necessarily say that either. But because I don't know if I was never in a scenario like that with you. I just knew you as you. You know what I mean? I knew who you were. Mm-hmm. I knew your personality. Mm-hmm. I knew all of those things. And I was attracted to those things anyway. But you're also cute.
But what's your type?
I don't know what it was.
You just knew it wasn't me.
I just knew at the time that it wasn't you. I didn't think it was you. But I think
I'm your type now?
I mean, we discussed this.
No, I remember that. No.
That I said, you are my type. I just I didn't think you were at the time.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think that you were who I would usually go for at the time.
So here's a question. A follow-up question to
I don't like that.
Types.
We are happily married.
No.
I mean, we married, you know.
If we were, for some sad reason, were to break up, would I be the type of, would I be your type?
Going out to the world?
Yeah, searching for another type of dude.
I don't know.
If you've seen a dude that...
No, I wouldn't want someone that was similar to you. I would want someone that was completely different from you.
But would you be attracted to it?
I'm attracted to you. I don't know. What do you mean? Like what?
Like
someone that looked like you?
Like, for instance, if we were to break up, when I went in the streets, I wouldn't find anybody that was funny or light skinned.
You're not gonna find nobody
with a fat
funny
ass.
as me. You're not gonna find.
Okay, I'm lying.
You'll probably find somebody light skinned with a fat ass. Yeah. But you're not gonna find nobody with this personality, Jack. All right, not me.
I wouldn't go for them. But at the same time, your personality would probably be something that I'm attracted to.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so
hell yeah.
Even though I wouldn't purposely seek someone like you,
because you wouldn't be able to find them, honey.
Oh my God,
it's just me.
Your head.
What?
Your head.
You got a lot of words in it.
Got a lot of air in it too.
No, it don't. No, it does not.
Helium. Just
I'm fucking bigger and bigger. You think you could find for real? This is like for real.
You know what? I believe in confidence. So go ahead, continue. I believe in self-confidence.
I'm a once-in-a-lifetime bitch.
I believe in self-confidence. Speak that shit,
You don't
girl.
think I'm a once-in-a-lifetime bitch? You don't think so?
So far, yeah.
So far? You think all of a sudden I'm going to be somebody else?
No, I might. You know what? One of the things that attracted me to you was that I had never met anyone like you.
Hell yeah, you're not going to.
But I haven't met everybody.
Yes, you have. You done meeting. I think so. I think you done meeting people. You done met. I got enough personalities to fill the rest of your life. You tell me what you want. What kind of bitch you want? I'll be that.
We were just listening to that.
I'll be that. Who you want?
And that's so I want you, baby.
I know that's right.
All right.
Which one of us?
These are the top 6 most controversial clips. Number 4, the clip.
I just did number 4.
No, you did?
Yeah. Yes.
No, I didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You did number 5 because
6, 5, 4. It's 6, not 5. Okay, go ahead.
I did 4.
Okay,
I'm doing 4
I forgot
now.
it's 6.
Yeah,
it's 6 things.
Number 4. What do you miss about being single?
Oh, yeah.
So this was a clip not from the podcast, but from a live show.
Oh, God.
Now, once again, when I put these clips out,
you don't think.
No. It's not that I don't think. Part of my mind says this has what it takes to gain legs and traction. And that's on my mind. That's how I search for clips. But the other part of my mind always says, the other part of my mind always gives the benefit of the doubt to people.
That's dumb.
They will understand that these are jokes. People.
I don't know why you think that. I don't know. I don't know.
What do you miss about being single? And this asshole goes, dick. And the first time I ever heard her say that, I thought it was maybe the funniest thing I ever heard her say in my life. I was like...
I was just talking about like different, just having different dicks.
See, it's when you explain, it makes it worse.
Well, okay. I mean, you know what I mean? Just different...
Yeah,
something
any way you
other
explain
than the dick that you have now. You just have different dicks.
See,
not like
bad.
a lot. I mean, not like a lot, like a snack pack. Like 2 or like 3. You know what I mean? Not like a variety.
Stop
pack.
it. Stop
Not
it.
like the Sam's Club box of chips. Not like that. I mean, like the little pack. When you get the Ferrero Rocher chocolates, and it's 3 of them, you get 3. Like 3 dicks. I just missed 3 dicks.
I fucking hate it, man. So people really took especially men. I think this one was one of the ones.
Oh, men hated that
really
shit.
hated.
The funniest thing about it was I'm literally talking to him on stage, and people think that he is interviewing me and my man is in the audience.
Yes.
And they think that I'm embarrassing my man in the audience. And then people are in the clip saying, her man is on stage. That's him right there talking to her. They were like, how you want to let your woman get on stage and embarrass you like that? Simp. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
But you know what, though? I hate that statement.
Simp.
No. Well,
I hate simp.
Simp, I hate that too.
Yeah.
But I really hate when a person says, how can you let your woman? I am...
Fuck that shit.
Whatever, man. I am very big on people not having ownership on other people.
Hell yeah.
This is my wife.
Except for my kids. I own my kids. And that's... No.
Until they're 18.
A little bit.
I'm with that.
Right?
I'm with that.
All right.
No. This is my wife. This is not my slave. Even though...
Baby,
And-
you just took it. You took it to where we weren't supposed to go.
My bad.
That's an in the house statement.
My bad.
You don't
Rewind.
say that on the mic.
You're right.
And you should
Rewind.
bleep it out.
I'll bleep it out.
Okay, please. Thanks. My gosh. Nigga, we trying to get invited to something.
But no, she's my wife, and I respect her. But at the end of the day, she has full autonomy, and if Kristen felt like something was going to affect me in a certain way, which she knows me probably better than I know myself, so she already knows what I am going to be feeling some sort of way about, what I'm not going to be feeling some sort of way about. But if she did think that I may feel some sort of way about something, she would ask me. She would straight up ask me. With that being said, I never have to tell her it's okay to do this because of 2 reasons. One, I know my wife. I know how she feels about me. I don't have any problems with my wife being funny, creative. And at the end of the day, a little bit of honesty is beautiful.
That's what people are missing.
A little bit of honesty is beautiful, and you don't have to feel some sort of way.
I love the people, though, that are in these comments, and they're like, I'm just not strong enough to hear some shit like that.
Yeah, and I respect those comments.
That's like, okay, well, like, that's something you're not saying, it's like kudos to y'all, but I couldn't do it. And that's fine. It's not for everybody.
I totally respect those comments.
It's not for everybody.
I have no problem with those.
Yeah.
It's just the people that feel like for some reason I'm supposed to tell her, no, you can't do that. You embarrassing me. No, all of that shit is for the birds, man. And we've been doing this long enough to know what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. And by acceptable, I mean what is going to be hurtful and what isn't going to be hurtful. So yeah, but that's one of those controversial clips right there.
Yeah.
These are the top 6 most controversial clips. Number 3, we're here now.
Number 3, I wanted to put initiate foreplay, but what, you about to do that?
Go ahead.
Oh, but I actually want to put Postmates dick there.
That was controversial?
Oh my God. So when we first put Postmates dick, and that was one of the early
That was
clips.
one of our first 3 or 4 clips.
Early clips.
Yeah.
And when we first put it up, it got traction, but it was still early.
Yeah.
So I've reposted it before as a throwback. And every time I get a throwback repost, it goes crazy. Because it's you saying, if you haven't seen the clip, it's you saying that women drove to Florida or drove from Florida for your dick.
Hilarious.
And it's me questioning, do you have drive from Florida dick? Do you have delivery dick? It's all about me just doing tags on people driving for the dick.
Yeah.
And these people fucking hate this shit.
I love
I mean, people think it's funny, and then there are the men in the comments that are like, you just gonna let her talk about you like that? Like, you a simp because you letting your woman dog you like that and embarrass you on the net and da-da-da. And it's a lot of that. Also, people, you can't embarrass somebody that's not embarrassed. Like, you can't speak for somebody else just because it would embarrass you.
Right.
You can't say that is embarrassing if they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't care and they understand the joke, they're not embarrassed.
You know, I think that some of those type of clips, when you have those quick comebacks and all that, those are my favorite because it showcases why you're so good. You know what I'm saying? At what you do. It's clearly the wit, like, and it's quick. You know, people people sometimes wonder if we rehearse anything that we are saying on the podcast. Not at all.
If I rehearsed it, there'd be less editing. There's still really no fucking editing, but there would be.
Yeah, even less. But no, it's beautiful to watch her genius at work. You know what I mean? So when I get to when it's a clip like that, and that was very early on, you know, if anything, those clips used to motivate the fuck out of me. I was like, oh, this shit gonna hit. It didn't. But
at the time it didn't.
At the time it didn't.
It got new life during the throwback.
Yeah. But I was like, this is what makes her special. Like, this is amazing. You know, so watching, I didn't know that even got, but hearing that people
that's one of my
feel
favorite
some
clips.
sort of way.
It's so fucking funny to me.
It really is.
It's so fucking funny. And they like, no, ladies, no women.
These are the top 6 most controversial clips. Number 2. So I was looking for one clip and then I found a clip and I was like, this ain't even the one I was looking for. So I'm just going to group them all.
Okay.
Any clip dealing with initiation.
With me initiating.
Yes. Because first of all, people feel that Kristen, and it has something to do with me.
It's you.
It's me.
It's you at all
people
times.
feel like Kristen is a terrible lover. I've never said that through 300 episodes. I've never said
it so many times. You've been like, my head is trash. I don't initiate. I don't know how to ride. I don't know how to do nothing. You say all of those things, and I just be like, yep, okay.
But it keeps me satisfied.
That's a fucking why? Because you think all of a sudden I'm gonna start doing shit?
You know what? You actually did.
I've been initiating a lot.
Yeah, listen.
I kind of want some today too.
I don't know about a lot.
I initiated.
You initiated though.
Twice in one day.
It was twice in one day.
Yeah, it was twice in one day.
We'll talk about that in a little while. But yeah, any clip dealing with initiation, man. People men usually get angry. It's so weird.
Angry too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah. It's so weird because men are usually the ones with the most to say for the clips, on clips. And I think part of that is because we showcase Kristen mostly on clips. But also, I think the funniest part about it is when I look at who listens and who engages with the podcast, it's slightly more men than women. It's about half and half, but it's like 58% men.
It's people that angry watch. They be mad as hell in all the comments, but they watch every week.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of people like that where I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I guess. I don't know.
Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah,
man.
they listen or watch every week and then still have the same comments, or people that follow us that be angry on every clip. And I'm like, but you still following. And I don't understand, but okay.
Yeah, man.
But okay.
Yeah, anything dealing with initiation is usually key moment for people to be angry. Men to be angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are the top 6 controversial clips. Number 1.
Number 1 is Sneaky Link.
I guess that was controversial.
Number 1 is Sneaky Link. That
Yeah.
was the one that got the most angry reactions, where I was even like, what the fuck did I say?
Yeah.
For y'all to even act like this.
Which also, I found it funny.
Yeah. So number 1 is Sneaky Link, and because it just started a lot of this.
It did.
So yeah, it has to be number 1. We've already talked about it, but it has to be.
Yeah.
So.
It's so funny. We're about to go into the question of the day. So I'm not even going to spoil it, man. That was the top 6 of our most controversial clips that we found. But if you think that you have a controversial clip that we didn't mention, tell us in the wherever.
DMs, whatever.
Everywhere.
Comments, Spotify, Apple, whatever.
Damn, maybe I should.
They don't have Google Play anymore, do they?
No, Google Play went away a couple of years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I want to do question of the day, but I feel like I should change the camera. Tell them about the show.
Which one?
The shows that we have coming up.
Oh, you want to do that now? That's crazy. We don't ever do that now. I can do it.
Well, we don't got to add, so
Okay.
yeah, we can kind of do a little different
That's
today.
fine.
Yeah. Don't start saying that yet. I gotta get to the
What do you want me to start saying then?
talk to them. Say, hey guys, how you doing? This is Kristen.
You know they can hear you.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all know that we're doing shows, right? I don't give a fuck what he say to me. We're doing shows. We have, 2 shows coming up. I'm really excited. We got a lot of shit going on, and like that whole week of that show. Like his birthday is the 30th of July. So I think New York, and I think I might have said this before, but I don't know. I think it might end up being sort of a kind of birthday thing. Of course, it's going to be at City Winery. It's going to be in the Loft. So get your tickets now. Get them now. Don't be like, oh my gosh, I didn't get my tickets. Like, get your tickets now. And that's August 1st. So we're coming up there the day of the show. We might stay there until what? So we'll probably be there that weekend. So if you know of something that weekend that's happening, let us know. And then August 30th is Boston. Boston, right? Is it Boston? City Winery on the 30th. So for all of these, get your tickets now. Just hurry up and get them so we can make it a whole thing. I'm super excited to just, get back out on the road and do some shows and see everybody and do the things.
Hell yeah. Why is it when fat niggas like me start losing weight, we search for the smallest shirts we have?
That shirt.
This is literally the smallest shirt I have.
Well,
And I put it on, and I was like, fuck it. We gonna do this. Yeah.
Does it feel tight or something?
Not really. It feels comfortable to me, but I feel like the look of it, probably not.
I mean, it's okay. We'll get you all. It's fine. It's all right, baby. You look like you should be in Friday, but I mean.
What, Smokey?
It's fine.
Whatever, man.
It's all right.
Yeah. I realized I lost some more weight. I think I lost, 5 or 10 pounds in the last week?
In the last week, probably 10.
10? Damn.
10 in the last week.
That's crazy.
And you can see it. Your arm's getting smaller.
Yeah. It's okay, though.
It's all right.
Okay. Question of the day. What has been your favorite episode, clip, and or topic from us?
Let me see. My favorite My favorite episode maybe there was the one where I started fussing everybody out in the comments. I think it was Stay Out the Comments.
Yeah.
Because that's when I didn't really know how to work this whole social media attention thing, and people was getting disrespectful, and I would spend hours commenting back to people in the comments. Cause like, who the fuck are you talking to? I would just be all in the comments, and everybody was like, "Kristen, get the fuck out the comments." And I'm like, "No," but like people would see me in the comments and be like, "Kristen, get out." Like we was in a room, like, girl, you don't need to be here. It's fine. It would be people taking up for me. I fuck with y'all. Cause I was like, nah, cause they don't understand what this clip is about. And I would be in there. So that is one for me. And then there's also the one that I can't remember what it was called, but it's the one with the married people flirting clip that we had. We talked about married people flirting. I cannot remember the name of that episode. But I fucking love. We had that was such a funny episode, and I think that's when it started. Like they was back to back. They was going. The episodes was funny. One of my favorite clips is a very underrated clip.
What's that?
Nut House.
Yeah, that is one of your favorites.
I fucking love that clip.
Is one of your
I
favorites.
don't know why that clip is so funny. So I started talking about how angry your sperm were. And your sperm was calling my eggs bitches. That clip is so funny to me, and I don't give a fuck if it doesn't get love. I be trying to repost it and be like, but don't y'all see? It's funny. It's so funny. And we recorded that episode. I think that whole episode was funny. We recorded that episode in a hotel when we were like, I think we needed to get an episode in, but we also had a show. Yeah. When we were in a hotel and we recorded it, and it ended up being one of the funniest episodes.
That might be one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
That might be one of my favorites. I think Alex, Alex was on that for a little bit.
No, that wasn't that one. No, it wasn't that one.
We weren't in Florida.
We might have been in a different part of Florida, but that one that Alex was in was not that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I remember I forgot where we were staying. I forgot what part. It might have been like Tampa or something like that. But wherever we were, we recorded the episode and it ended up being such a fun episode. So, wow. Yeah.
Okay. What is...
What?
I'm looking at some of the titles, and I'm sure this was one of my favorites. Marta Was a Hoe.
Oh, yeah. We was talking about that bitch from Vivo?
Yeah. When we broke down Vivo in the beginning.
I was going crazy on Marta. Yeah. Because she was a hoe.
The one where we did our vows in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, I did like that episode.
That was very fun. The clip that had Sneaky Link on it was a fun episode.
Was it? I can't even remember.
That was a very fun episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of them in there.
Yeah. Man. Yeah.
I feel like Marriage is P was a good one, I think.
Marriage is P. Yeah,
that was a good one. It was a lot.
And the funny thing with Marriage is P, you didn't even want to bring up P. And I was like, no, we're going to bring up P.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Marriage is P. Fucking hate y'all. Yeah.
Fresh Baked D was really funny.
Oh, I do remember that one being funny.
Fresh Baked D, very funny.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nut Rag was funny. I think it was funny, but I can't remember.
Maybe. Okay.
I called you my little nut rag.
Fuck you.
I did. I called you my little nut rag.
But yeah, those are some of my favorites though.
One with Clint and Stormy was good too.
Oh yeah,
that was a really good episode.
One.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that one. Yeah. Ryan, the one with
Ryan was good. The one with Ryan and Felonious was really, really good.
Yeah, those were fun. Those were fun.
So I like a couple of them.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of us.
Definitely, man. I'm a fan of us.
I'm a fan.
Okay, let's get into your answers though. What happened?
I have makeup on my shirt.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All right. Let's get to some of your answers. This will be real quick.
Someone said. Also, there's a lot of alsos.
That's how you started.
Anytime Jay is like, get your hands off me after Kristen comes way out of pocket. I'll be touching you. I want to love after I dish you. All the early Patreons where Jay was trying to figure out how to intro them and Kristen just wasn't having the long Patreon. I hate that shit. I hate that intro. Oh my gosh. My favorite is still the first time y'all talked about how each other holds the mic during recording.
Oh man,
that's funny.
That's one of my favorite clips. That's one of my, because of what's her name? I think it was Shannon. Was it Shannon that said the Bar Barker shit?
It might have been. Maybe. It might have been.
I think it was Shannon.
Yeah.
If not, I'm so sorry.
That shit was funny.
But that was fucking hilarious. He holds the mic like Bob Barker.
Because you did.
When we had the handheld
At the
mics.
live shows, yeah.
No, on regular episodes. Yeah, man. And I thought that was just fucking hilarious. And it was even funnier because we brought it up because people kept commenting on why I held the mic the way I do. I don't know why. It comes from singing. But yeah, it's how I always have held mics.
Yeah.
But pause. But
that's fine.
yeah.
That's how I hold mics too. Someone said the bachelor party reveal has to be the GOAT Patreon episode. That was quite an episode. If you're not on Patreon, you should get on.
Yeah, that
there.
was a great episode.
Any episode with Taylor, or tell the story when Kristen was drunk in the hotel for her birthday playing hide and seek. Yeah, when I was playing hide and seek by myself and I broke my finger.
Fucking.
It's crazy. You both are great storytellers. Memorable stories, something in the water festival because you lost your phone. Meeting Drew Hill, lost car keys. Las Vegas, and then meeting Omarion.
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. Yeah. Someone said the live shows are the best. Someone said when I said, "Is she funnier than me?"
That's a GOAT clip.
That's a pretty funny episode, though.
Yeah,
we
it was.
Did that in
that
a
whole
hotel
episode.
too.
Yeah, that episode. Yeah.
We did that in a hotel too.
Hell yeah. What else?
Someone said I missed the episodes with Taylor. I really just miss Jay and Taylor's relationship. All of the fuck you, Taylor. I told you. Hands down, every time J. Rod starts singing and Kristen be like, "Baby, baby, let me get mine off beat." That's funny. Someone else said, "I'll admit that I miss Taylor, but other than that, my favorite episodes are episodes 1 through 299. I love y'all."
Oh, are you losing your voice?
No.
You sound like you sleep.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh.
I love you.
Oh my God. There's plenty. Like when Leonard was on there, I know between the late hundreds and 200s episodes, I repeated several. Being here weak as a bitch. It's a beautiful vibe when you and Kristen be roasting each other, but she wins by going in. Those are classics. Any episode where y'all record later at night when Kristen is tired, it's like the filter is gone to bed.
Oh man. So it hasn't happened so much here, but when we didn't have a place, we would have to record late at night because the boys weren't in school at the time. So we had to wait until they went to bed, which was usually late. And then we would crack the mic open like 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Oh my God.
Oh man. But
so late.
But I
just yawned thinking about that shit.
And then she has the nerve sometimes to say, we recorded tonight. Now.
Yeah, I forgot. I forgot that we would never get sponsorships if we record at night anymore.
Yeah.
How real you all keep it about mental health and the struggles of them, especially while parenting. I also must acknowledge and applaud the evident growth in your relationship. Congratulations on 300 episodes. That is no small feat. I look forward to being a continued weekly pod Patreon listener. That was so nice.
That's dope.
Thank you. I think I also have...
Oh, you have some on yours?
I think I do. Oh, I didn't even know I had 6. Hold on. I've got one. Someone said every single episode. I began to follow your podcast and you don't disappoint. Your journey with your sobriety has been beautiful to witness. I know it hasn't felt like that at times, but we've really seen you grow on the pod over the years. I wish you lots of love and success. You're hilarious, my girl. May you receive all of your heart's desires. Aww. I love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. I like the early episodes with Taylor and other folks at y'all's house chilling. Oh, and fuck you, Taylor is my favorite tagline ever. Told Taylor.
Somebody says slavery. Move to the next topic.
That was so recent. Man, that was wild.
Happy Juneteenth.
And someone said, don't forget the first time he was having solo adult fun and it landed on his face. I was doubled over listening to that.
Somebody follows up by saying it hit my lip.
And the one about secrets, being a recent subscriber and it's slow at work on a Friday. All of them. So all of them.
Yeah.
Someone said Pussy and Plaque.
That was hilarious.
That's one of my favorite clips too.
Yeah.
Someone said Dr. Dictavius. That was also a great episode.
Oh, that was
really funny.
Yeah.
The Juneteenth mascot topic had me dying. The episode when you said he is DoorDash dick, not fly out dick. Thank you. You're welcome. Literally all of them. Oh, thank you. All the ones when Kate is. I'm not reading
Read
that.
it, though. Read it.
Someone said, because I'm not.
You are. But it's because you're around me.
I'm not reading that.
I will.
No.
All of the episodes when Kay is accidentally racist.
I don't think that's true. I think sometimes I say things and it could be taken away, but I don't know. I don't know.
Accidentally.
Someone said Unhinged featuring Taylor. To be honest, anything with Taylor, moment of silence for her. Damn, y'all hate me. Y'all hate us together. Favorite episodes was Battle of the Vows. This episode made R&B nigga a part of the everyday vocab.
That was a great one. That was the one
you said.
That was a great one.
Yeah, all of them. Being a mom of an autistic 6-year-old, I love hearing your stories about the boys because I can relate.
Dope.
Oh, that's awesome. All of them, because Kristen stay hoeing. Jay, he got to stop testing your gangster and shut the fuck up sometimes.
What kind of shit is that, man?
You got to stop testing my gangster. You be trying to act
what
like
gangster?
I don't know. You try to act like I couldn't make cream corn.
Oh, have we talked about that yet?
No, we have not.
Okay, go ahead.
Someone said, topic discussing your threesome stories. Mm-hmm. A lot of people do miss the threesome stories. We haven't had one, so there you go. Every clip of y'all busting out laughing, which is every clip. When Chris is addressing the hater in IG Live, Orlando was funny as fuck.
IG Live Orlando was the first time I took shrooms.
Oh, man, that was crazy.
The shroom episodes were great, too.
That was crazy.
I had like a month of just shroom episodes.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Wyans and Owens. I be calling old heads Owen now. Oh, my gosh.
This was so dope.
Wait, there were so many moments, but the ones that first come to mind, when Kristen found out you had a girlfriend that was funnier than her, doubt it. Exactly, thank you. My life is a blur. Saying your vows, Jay's wild sex stories, Kristen's one-liners, and of course, fuck you, Taylor. We might have to just put that in as a button.
What, fuck you, Taylor?
And then randomly call Taylor for no reason, play it, and then hang up. And I think I'm going to do that. Or I'm just going to have the button around next time she comes over. But for real, thank y'all for your content. I can't remember how I found y'all years ago, but so glad I did. Thank you for keeping it real and keeping us laughing and getting us thinking whether about our relationship, sex, daily life, etc. I swear Kristen is my best friend in my head. I know you're not trying to make more friends. I love friends. But I swear you're my spirit animal with a lot of things you've said or been through. Happy 300th episode and to 300 more. Hope to see y'all in Texas soon.
Oh man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. That was dope, man.
I will say a lot of my favorite part about doing this is when we do live shows and we meet people.
Yeah.
That
can't be understated.
Yeah, I've made a couple of friends from just doing live shows and just meeting people and clicking with people and hanging out. And I like that a lot of we can relate to shit together and we can talk about things and find out that there are people that are just as open as you.
Yeah.
That are out here.
Most definitely.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I'm sorry. Before we finish this dick sucking contest that we've been doing for the last hour and a half of our own.
Oh, okay. I was like, who's dick?
What have you learned about yourself in doing the podcast?
I'm nasty. I think that's something. I'm nasty. And a lot of the things that I've discussed on this podcast, I've never talked to anybody about before.
Really?
I've just thought things.
Really?
Yeah, I've just thought things, or I've, done things here and there, and it was just kind of like secretive. I never was open about things. So that I'm nasty. That I fuck with nasty shit. Also that I don't give myself enough credit for just being me. And I don't know if that makes sense.
To me, it does.
Yeah.
But to someone else, you might want to explain.
I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. I downplay myself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I just have fake confidence, but I mean, I think I'm really that bitch for real.
Wait, which one is it?
I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't really understand myself, but I think I'm learning myself as this goes on. And I like communicating. And I don't know. I don't know what I've learned about myself. What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about me?
Oh,
and
God.
then what have you learned about yourself?
What have I learned about you from the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
I know this is going to sound bad, but not much. Like, if I'm being completely honest, no, not much. Because even if we don't necessarily have the conversation about a particular topic, I already know where you are usually going because I know who you are.
I get
We've
that.
had so many extensive conversations, especially in the beginning and during the podcast time, during COVID and all of that. We had so many extensive conversations, arguments, and all of the rest of communicating off of the podcast. Each week I come on the podcast, it helps. I know how to craft the show, given what your responses will be. Like, it's very rare that we sit down and you say something that I am shocked at. Might be surprised because I didn't know how you was going to take something. But I'm never shocked like, oh, that doesn't sound like her. You know what I'm saying?
What have you learned about yourself?
What have I learned about myself? That I think the biggest thing I learned in doing the podcast was that I can stick to something. I can stick to something.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been the person with ideas, great ideas. I've always been great at starting. I've never been great at finishing or, you know, the execution part. Like I start strong and then I trail off. Maybe a year or two before the podcast, I was having a conversation with a friend. I don't even remember who it was. And they kind of told me that. And it stuck with me. So in starting the podcast, I made a promise to myself that I would stick with this. I would stick it out and I would make sure that I would fulfill the vision that I have for the podcast. So yeah, the fact that through all of the struggles, because we've been, you know, we've lived life the last 7-8 years, you know what I mean? But the fact that I've stuck with it and I've been so hard on us at times to stick with this is just it's a good thing, you know what I mean, for me.
Yeah.
You know, personally, it's a really good thing. I also learned when doing radio, it's a very one-sided conversation. And when you're as opinionated as I am, and when you are as what's the word for people that don't see things how everybody else see it? Contrarian or something?
I guess.
When you're as much as a contrarian as I am, you really get to see yourself for who you are through people's comments a lot of times. And it forced me to ask questions and live with the answers, you know what I mean, about a lot of things. But I am comfortable with myself, way more comfortable with myself now than I was when we started this podcast, you know? And it's crazy because I didn't know I wasn't comfortable with myself until, we really started doing this. You know what I mean? Being myself and being who I am is not an easy thing. It's not an easy road to walk. It isn't, because that people aren't going to agree with you. That people are going to sometimes feel like you are the villain. And people aren't going to always understand what you mean and how you convey it. And while it's always my job to try to become a better communicator in my thoughts, it isn't my job to make people see or agree with me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's my job to tell my truth at all times. And that is something that I'm very comfortable with now, as opposed to before. Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah, it was. I didn't have none of that at first either. That was crazy.
I know.
All right, let's get into let's just get into some podcast topics. I'm sorry if you came here for some stuff and you got bombarded with 300. It's just a big thing for us, man. Thank y'all so much. You put this in the notes. You had told me about this, and I actually put this in the notes.
Yeah, I think a comic posted this. Anthony Shackelford, he posted it on Facebook. He said, and I think he's a comic. I could be lying. I don't know. The freakiest woman you ever been with is not supposed to be the mother of your kids.
Why?
I think that's crazy, too. I think it's a crack of shit.
Like, I want you to be the nastiest, okay? I forgot who the comedian was that said, "Don't kiss your mama."
Yeah. Oh, I forgot.
Who was that?
I forgot who that was, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah. After sucking dick. Don't you kiss your mama. Like, I want it to just, You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, if you like freaky, then why not marry freaky? If that's something you like, because if you don't marry freaky, then you're going to want more freaky.
Hold on.
What?
We are taking this the wrong way.
What?
And I just noticed it.
What?
This doesn't say anything about wife. This says the mother of your kids.
Yeah.
How the fuck you think she became the mother? It was so fucking nasty, I didn't pull out. She's supposed to be nasty.
Well, that's okay.
She's supposed to be nasty.
Well, yeah. Well, that makes sense. You're right.
Yeah.
If you that nasty, then it's go time everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Why can't the mother of your children? I think it might be men. I don't know how women feel, but I know men don't ever want to see their mother as having a sex life.
But like, never mind.
What? Go ahead.
I mean, if she freaky enough, then if she not the mother of my kids, she did something wrong. If she that nasty and she didn't get pregnant, you know what I mean?
Hey man, I get it. I get it.
I don't know.
Hey, don't.
I don't have a dick. I just be saying words. I just say what I would do with a dick. I don't have it though.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Okay. What the fuck? Oh, this is gonna be a short episode.
That's crazy. You probably got stuff that's old in here.
No, this is all new stuff. Oh, something's happening right now.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, talk for a second.
Well, I don't know. You had some other things up there too.
Okay, well, I'll go to another one. Damn, letting y'all know, everything that I've had planned for this episode have seemed to go away. So random thoughts on social media, something that we started, a couple of weeks ago? Maybe like 3 weeks ago, something like that. So a random thought on social media that I've seen. A man who runs to another woman when he's having problems at home is a weak man. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't really fuck with that.
You don't fuck with what? That thought or?
Running to another... you know what? I'm not even saying that because there are women that can give you good advice. Mm-hmm. And that's fine, right? But... like there are women that can give you good advice, and like I'm completely okay with that. I'm not cool when you go to women that you fucked before with problems about me.
Why not?
Especially if it wasn't like, it's like someone. It's not like a threesome fuck. You know what I mean? It's not like even a threesome fuck. Don't go to them. But don't go to someone that you fucked before. I don't know what it is, but I have no idea what it is.
Wait, what?
I don't know what it is. It's something about it. It's something about it. Because some people do get attached from fucking. And then when it looks like your house ain't doing well, they want to creep in. I'm not saying that's everywhere. But sometimes it's just a little weird to me.
Okay. I'm not.
Or a woman that I don't know. Definitely don't go to a woman I don't know.
So we had this argument early on. I don't even know if we brought this to the podcast. But we definitely had this conversation early on in our relationship, in our marriage, as a matter of fact. I think we were married at this time. And I didn't understand what you were saying at first. It just didn't compute with me. I was like, the fuck? Matter of fact, if she don't know you, that's even better because she don't have anything to judge you off of. But I saw it from your point of view, the fact that she didn't have anything to judge you off of, and how that could be.
You just going off of your words and what you say,
right?
And you don't know shit about me,
right? You know what I mean? And I understood that. I really understood it talking to some of my friends, though, like just male friends. And it really changed how I gave advice. A lot of my friends call me for advice. I don't know why. You can ask them.
No, I don't either. That's crazy.
But a lot of my friends call me for advice, especially romantic advice.
I definitely don't get that.
I mean, I'm great at giving advice. Right?
Yeah, you're not romantic.
I got a hold.
That's all right. Go ahead. Tell your story, King.
Anyway, man. And what I stopped doing was judging people that I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think a lot of people do that. A lot.
Yeah. There's always two sides to a story, regardless.
That's why I don't like giving advice, because I don't like giving blanket advice when I don't know the other person's reasoning for behaving the way that they do. When people ask,
but some behaviors are.
Nah, that's why I'm not a relationship advice girl. I'm not. Well, some behaviors you could be like, well, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But when you ask specific things like, should I don't know. Do you do you think they'll be mad if I do this or I don't know those people, so I can't.
Anytime I'm met with those kind of questions or situations, I only give my view if I've dealt with something similar. I had, and I'll tell the person I had this situation where so and so happened and this is how I handled it. You know what I mean? And this is where it went well. This is where it went wrong. From there, do what you do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm glad. I'm glad you stopped going to women's houses that I didn't know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad that happened in my life, through the span of this relationship.
You want to tell what you did that night?
What did I do? I don't even know what I did.
I know you don't know. You know why?
Why?
Because you were blacked out drunk, acting a complete ass, running down the street.
I didn't run down the street.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
You ran.
I did not run down the street.
Well, you looked like you was going pretty fast.
So that gives you permission to go to another woman's house that you
No, I if I'm being 100% honest, it was late as fuck. Whatever.
No, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
At the time, in my mind, it's late as fuck, and I am angry, and I just need to get away. And I called the person, and they was like, "Well, you can come over here. It's fine." And I just went over there, like, no, nothing.
What'd you do?
I sat in front of a fireplace, and
a fireplace.
Yeah. That sounds mad romantic. It does.
Yeah, it does.
The fireplace was on, and that's where the couch was.
And what else did you do while you were over there?
Nothing.
It's been a long time. You can tell me.
No, I'm trying to think. I talked, but I don't remember exactly what the conversation was. Because I know at the time, this was like a string of like mad arguments that we had. Like I think one of the times, the time before that or the time right after that, your mom's was over there, and it was a wrap. It was a wrap. And I was just very frustrated because of a conversation I had with one of my boys, and he was like, "You're married now. Mm-hmm. You got to stick this out. Mm-hmm. Ain't no leaving."
I was going through a lot.
You were, but on my end, he was telling me, ain't no leaving. You're married. You gotta stick it out. And I think that was fucking with me because my fight or flight, I was ready to fly. I was ready to fly, and his words just stayed in my head 24/7. And when we would go through something, it was even worse. It was just like, fuck, like I really want to go. You know what I'm saying? I really want to leave.
So you went.
I mean, I came back home.
You didn't do nothing over there?
No.
You didn't do nothing?
No.
Okay.
What do you want me to do?
What?
Why
Fuck something. What? I thought you went and angry fuck something, and you just didn't ever tell me. Have you fucked anybody while we've been married?
No. Well, threesomes.
Aside from threesomes, have
No.
you fucked anybody since we've been married?
No.
Oh.
I think that is kind of bad, isn't it?
What?
Fucking
To fuck somebody
yeah.
without me knowing or being there?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's kind of bad.
Without me being there? And that's what my problem is. If you just told me and I knew and I was there, it wouldn't be no shit.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't know. But the funny thing, that's where the podcast, I think in a lot of ways, saved our marriage, because we always had to come back to the mic and talk for an hour to 2.5 hours.
Man.
And
the people that stick around for those episodes are insane. There are people that are like really it's crazy.
But I'm not even talking about the arguments as much as I'm talking about
talking it out.
No, not even
What?
talking about us talking about situations. There were episodes that we would not talk about anything dealing with us, but we didn't want to talk to each other, and we were forced to talk to each other. Like, those were hard episodes, probably mostly for you.
Because I don't like to talk.
Yeah.
When I'm mad, I don't like to talk.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, but and another thing. And I'll be like, nigga, get out
for
my face.
me, a lot of times, like, she'll stay angry longer than I will.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for me, I'm just, fuck it. We done. You know what I mean? Like, it's over.
We ain't got to argue no more.
Yeah. Yeah. So, damn, I don't know what's going on today. I can't pull up any of the topics.
I mean, for a 300 episode, I think this was okay.
It does feel good, right?
We could, record something else later.
Well, we got a Patreon.
We have a Patreon.
Hopefully, I can figure out what's going on right now.
Patreon, we might get to the topics. Not sure what's going on, but
Yeah. Everything is fucking, look at this.
I already know y'all gonna be mad.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that went through.
Okay. Hold on. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This has only happened once before.
Oh, no. All right. Well,
so I don't know what's going on.
Maybe it is something.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all gonna be mad. This episode gonna be short, but we do have a Patreon.
Yeah, if you're a Patreon member,
we will release an episode once we can get all this situated out.
Yeah, man. But I think for 300, this is cool.
Yeah, a good little recap.
Yeah.
Little 300 recap.
Yeah,
I know
man.
some of y'all gonna be like, under 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah. Like a movie.
My plan, this was my original plan, to make it 3 hours.
What?
This episode was supposed to be 3 hours.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, somebody's against you.
And I had enough content, man.
Yeah.
It was some great topics too.
But we'll get to them. We
Yeah.
will get to them. And most of them we're gonna probably have to get to them on Patreon because they'll probably be old by next week.
Yeah. This is what I'll do. For those people that can't afford the Patreon, even though it's only $5 at the lowest tier, $5 you spend at any
$5
time.
can be a lot.
Yeah,
It's understandable.
That's what I said. Anybody that,
Just don't join as a free member because y'all still keep doing that
Yeah.
and you don't get anything.
makes no sense.
But okay.
I'll save like maybe one or two of these conversations.
Okay.
One or two of these topics, I'll save those for
Next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put the majority of them in Patreon. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anything that you want to say before we get out of here?
We've been watching anything? Y'all, I'm trying to do Love Island. I know I've been saying it for weeks. I know it's almost over. I think it is. I'm at episode maybe 3, but there's like 15, 20 there's a lot of episodes because they have a show every day. I'm just trying to be like y'all. It's literally, this is the best promotion for a show I've ever seen because everyone is watching it and I'm still watching it and I'm not hooked, but I feel left out. So it's more FOMO than anything else. And I'm like, well, I gotta watch it because what is happening? So that's where I'm at. I think that's it.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I tried. I am just not into
You didn't try. That first episode though was a lot. It was a lot of long introductions. It was a lot of shit that I didn't give a fuck about.
But even when I got to the end of the first episode, and I didn't get
to the end. And once I got to the end, I was like, watching. Okay, I get it.
I saw the first game.
There's more. It's more shit in there, but
the first game was stupid. You kiss this person and then decide if you want to kiss another person.
Listen, I'm gonna watch it because y'all keep telling me to do it.
I need to see, and maybe this is where I'm nasty, but I need to see.
They might fuck on there.
Yeah, but I want to see the fucking.
Maybe it's Peacock. I mean, they asses be out. All them women got thongs on.
I don't give a fuck.
And they be having asses. It's asses on there.
Oh, for real?
For real. They be having asses. It's asses on there.
Okay, man.
And
but
they bad too. They bad too. But well, I'm like again, I'm on like episode 3. I don't really know everybody. But Shelly and Alondria and Hood are bad. But I don't know. Everybody be talking about Hood. I don't even know why they talk about her.
Hood?
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that too. We're going to talk about.
I just don't be knowing stuff.
We're going to talk about the girl that got kicked off for there.
It's 2 girls that got kicked off. One got kicked off the second episode.
Well, I only know about one of them.
And then the other one got kicked off later, and I only know that from gossip sites. And I fucking hate gossip sites now, like for real. Because they ruin everything.
What we going to talk about?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about in general with a lot of these shows, or even like with some of the shows when people get killed off and like you want them to come back next season, but the gossip site will already report that they left the show. Like I hate all of these things. Yeah. Like just let me watch the show. Y'all are ruining shit for people.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about the girl, like one of the girls that get kicked off.
Yeah, we'll do all that on Patreon. Yeah.
Now I know I'm late.
Oh my gosh.
I mentioned this 2 weeks ago.
Do not talk about this shit for 45 minutes.
It's not going to be 45 minutes.
With you.
It's not going to be 45 minutes. All right, guys. I finished watching Andor. I told you I was watching that 2 weeks ago, and I finished watching it. Andor. Okay. This is only for the Star Wars fans. If you're not a Star Wars fan, you don't care about this, but you should, because the story. Okay, the idea of Star Wars.
You see, I'm not paying attention.
Why not? Listen,
no, it's fine. You talked to me about it for 2 hours.
I did. I talked to her for 2 hours about that. The idea of Star Wars and what the story is about, the through line, is so relatable, even today, especially today. I think it's more relatable today than it was in, back when Star Wars first came out in the 70s. However, for up until recently, a lot of anything Star Wars, it sticks on the fantasy side of things, the Jedi and the Sith. But to me, after watching Andor, that isn't the meat and potatoes of what it's all about. Andor is such a great show. Such a great show. It's about, it leads up to, technically it leads up to Rogue One. If you're a Star Wars fan, you know what that movie is. But it leads up, ultimately to the first Star Wars that was ever put out, episode 4, A New Hope, which was named New Hope, later. But, the first Star Wars, the original Star Wars. All in all, after watching Andor, I literally went back and watched damn near all of the Star Wars. And it was hard because Andor is such a different show. It still deals with Star Wars, but to give you an idea of how different it is, they only say the Force once in the show. And that is the last episode of the second season. And there's only 2 seasons. Also, you hear no mention of Jedi and Sith. And I think taking out the fantasy and just dealing in all things that people can relate to was an amazing way to present it. And I feel that everyone should watch it.
Okay. You done?
I'm done.
I didn't hear none of that. I did not let my ears hear it again.
That's fucked up.
It's been a journey. Y'all have no idea. Every night I have to go to bed to him fucking watching a new Star Wars over so he can understand what he watched in Andor.
No, it's not to understand because
I don't give a fuck what
I
it is.
watched the last trilogy.
Here you go again.
I watched the last trilogy over because my issue.
I'm going back to my phone.
My issue was that. God damn it!
Baby, how about, can we do this on Patreon?
But the Empire, son.
I understand. I don't, but I don't want to.
Once the Empire was crumbled, I couldn't understand how there was still an Empire, and then I realized it was the First Order, and then I was like, "Oh, I missed that part."
Oh my God! Everybody has turned off.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Everybody
Okay,
has.
no more.
Right.
No more.
Fine.
I've
Why don't we
completely.
just do a Patreon on you talking about the journey of watching Andor?
You know why? Because I want to talk. I want to have this conversation with another Star Wars fan, and I don't know one.
Oh, they'll probably pop up when we post this. Just
I will have a conversation, a full Star Wars lore conversation. I might have found somebody, but yeah. Right now, I don't have anybody to do it with.
you okay?
I'm okay. I did what? That was only like 3 minutes.
I know, but if I keep talking to you about it, you're gonna start back up, and I don't want to do it. So, is there anything else that I watched? I started watching Nate Jackson's special. I'm not gonna lie, it was late in the day. I started watching it at like midnight. I'm gonna go back and watch it. But I do love Nate. What?
Continue. No, you continue.
But we love. I love Nate Jackson. And I'm super happy that he even got a special. I think that's super exciting. It was 12 o'clock. I started it and I had taken my magnesium or my melatonin or whatever the hell, and I was out. So I'm gonna watch that.
I'm so proud of Kristen.
What?
For the first time in our relationship, you initiated.
It's not the first time. It's really not the first time.
You know what? I don't remember everything. For the second time in our relationship.
It's not the first time.
I said the second.
And I initiated twice.
Okay, what are these the two
first
times?
time we were just laying in bed and I just reached over and started kissing you. That was like the day before.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That might have been that same day. And then I woke you up in the middle of the night.
Playing with my dick.
Playing with your dick.
And I was like.
And you know what? I went back and forth about it. I said, I don't know if this is the best idea. He seemed to be very comfortable. I didn't know if you had to pee and then you was going to fuck it up and I wasn't going to want to do it no more if you got up. I didn't know if you were even going to respond to me doing that while you were in a good sleep. Mm-hmm. And I said, you know what, man? This pussy wet. Let's go. Let's just see what happens. And you was ready.
So I did have to pee.
Oh.
That was on my mind.
Damn.
And I said, if I fuck long enough, the pee sensation will go away and only the nut sensation will stay.
Did that happen?
Yeah, that happened.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you see, I ain't pee nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then you tried to do it this morning.
Wait. Because I'm still proud of you.
Okay.
Before we went to bed last night, because we were watching Nate Jackson and she's falling asleep. And while she's falling asleep, I'm like, you know what? We can fuck.
And it's in the beginning, y'all. I don't want y'all to think.
No, yeah. She wasn't falling asleep because of Nate Jackson.
I was tired anyway.
Yeah, like she was laughing
Yeah.
and then she stopped laughing. And I was like, nigga, you sleep? She was like, nah. She said nah like 3 times before she said, okay, we just got to watch this tomorrow.
Because at one point, I was asleep. I woke up and there was a figure standing in front of the TV. I was scared as a bitch because it was dark in there. And I was like, he was like, you sleep. And I was like, what happened?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I said I'm gonna turn on Star Wars. I turned on Star Wars, and I was super up yesterday. I didn't know I was gonna be that up. That's probably why I'm so tired today. But I was super up yesterday, and I was like, "Nah, we gotta fuck." So I started fucking with her, and she was like, "I can't right now. Wake me up in an hour."
Damn.
Now, I don't know if that's the first time I've ever heard Kristen say that, but I was like, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try the shit. An hour went by and she was in a nice sleep, y'all.
I was so tired.
And I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that to
I
her.
was so tired.
I'm not gonna wake her up just for my, sexual needs. So I rolled over and I tried to go to sleep. But I couldn't go to sleep. So I was like,
I gotta fuck.
I gotta do something. I gotta do, cause
You could have done something by yourself.
So that was something I tried. Tried to masturbate. Nothing was happening. Now, maybe that's because Star Wars was on. But I masturbated last night, the night before last, while Star Wars was on. And I was
Princess
fine.
Leia somebody on
No.
screen? Nothing? Oh, all right. Okay.
No, but last night it was not working. Like, come on, let's go. And it just, nothing. It was nothing. I was like, nah, I gotta feel some pussy. So maybe it has to be like 2.5 hours after she said that I can wake her up. So I started rubbing on her and no response. And then as soon as I get near the pussy, which I try not to do anymore since she said don't go straight for the pussy.
Yeah, you've been doing a good job.
But since, she wasn't waking up no other way, I was like, well, that everybody wake up for that, right? So, so I went to the pussy and she says, let me go to the bathroom.
I had to pee. That don't work for me. I gotta pee now. I got to pee now.
Yeah. So when she goes to the bathroom, in my mind, you have to understand, we've been together for a long time, and Kristen always lets me down when it's some shit like this. So in my mind, it was going to be another letdown. But boy, as soon as she got back in that bed, I started playing with her again, and them legs open. Like, no issue. I was like, oh, she ready to fuck. Now, I ain't give her the best dick. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't give her the best dick.
Yeah.
But
the night before, though, you gave it
Oh,
to
yeah.
me. You was killing it.
But last night wasn't, it wasn't great. But I had to continue because I said, if she's going to do that for me.
Because if I woke up, and I love sleep. I love sleep. It is my favorite thing. Sleep and some food.
Yeah, man. But I said, if she going to wake up for me, I'm going to at least finish so she can feel good. And I gave you head beforehand.
You did.
I gave her head beforehand because I knew I wasn't working with a good dick. I was working with a dick by myself for 30, 45 minutes and no shit was happening. So I knew it wasn't going to perform well.
So why would you give me that dick? Why would that be the dick that you say, I'm going to give it to her?
Because
it's not doing nothing for me. I'm going to give it to her. Why would you do that?
Because
what?
You have been very sexually... You remind me of the woman I met sexually.
I'm horny now. I've been horny lately, and I think that it might be
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is, but Kristen hasn't been this horny or whatever since we first met.
I think it's I don't want to say the word.
Air?
I don't want to say the word.
What word?
Perimenopause. Because I think maybe because I get hot. So like sometimes, like I'm hot. Like right now I'm hot. You're not hot, right?
No.
Oh, okay. It might just be something over here. Something over here getting me. It might just be the lights.
So in perimenopause, you get like
that's
aroused
what I've heard.
quickly?
I don't know, or whatever this thing is with your hormone. I don't know. I think around this age it starts like early 40s. I'm not early 40s. I'm 38, but like
I was having that argument with somebody today.
But maybe.
Okay.
Maybe because I've been trying to stuff been clean around the house. Like things been in their place. Nobody's really been getting on my nerves. So like when that happens, I'm horny. When stuff is in order in the house, it turns me on. Like when the dishes are done and the floor is swept and the bathroom clean, I'm horny as hell.
Oh my gosh.
Come on. Why?
Okay. Hey, listen. Hey, we all have our turn-ons.
After everybody eats and they don't need me for nothing else, I start getting a little moist.
No, you don't. This
Yes, I
is
do.
You have to admit
Stuff ain't been in order for real. Like
for 8-9 years.
yeah, not all at one time, but lately
9
I've
years?
been trying to keep shit up. Like I've been horny.
And that's fine.
And everybody ain't really been in sucky moods. And even when they are, I'm like, I'm not talking to y'all. I'm in a good mood. Let me keep that. I've been protecting my peace and I've been horny. Protecting my peace.
Listen, I don't know what it is, but it's definitely a welcome change. However, I've talked a lot of shit about you over the years.
Yeah.
About not wanting to, do things in the bed. Like you don't want to, you not have sex. But over the last week and a half, maybe, you have been on my ass.
I'm a fuck today too.
And what I realized is that you can't go from not fucking at all as a man. You can't go from not fucking at all to fucking all the time and think that everything's going to be fine.
Because in your mind, you're like, this is what I wanted the whole time. But for real, no, you didn't.
No, I still want it. But I don't think my body knows. My body has to remember how to put this much output out.
Your penis is like, oh, we got to get up. It's time to
Again.
It's time to get up. Thought we was in hibernation mode.
Yeah, we've been in hibernation for years.
Oh, I got to get up. Okay.
Yeah. Like once again, though, I welcome you back.
No, you're welcome. For real. You're welcome.
This ain't about me, though.
Oh, no, it's not. I'm just on. No, it's about you because you are my husband. So you are also
this
included.
has nothing to do with me.
Why?
The only thing that has changed is I done lost a little weight. But I know that's not it because I've been smaller than this.
What does that mean?
That I know it's not me. I haven't done anything.
When I can look past all of the mess in the house or shit that I have to do and it reveals your face to me again, I remember that you fine.
No.
And I fuck with that.
No.
Why?
No.
No, baby, you can't see that somebody is fine when your brain is all over the place, worried about dishes and laundry. You don't understand that.
I'm not saying...
I couldn't see none of that. I forgot. Now I be looking at you in a clean room and be like, oh, look at that face.
Yo...
I'm gonna sit on that.
I'm not saying that isn't the case. That's not true. What I am saying is that whatever's happening has more to do with you and something inside of you than outside everything.
It's hormones. I think it is.
Can you keep hormones on?
I don't really know how that works. I think it's just...
But
do you want me to? Because if I fuck you every day and you're not ready...
No. I will be ready. I will always be ready.
Okay.
But...
I think you're going to be ready.
No, listen, I'm going to always be ready. But if I get myself back up to Olympic fucking condition...
To fighting condition?
Yeah, I used to be there.
Yeah.
I ain't been there in a while. But if I get myself back up there and then you let me down...
Well, why wouldn't you want to do that for yourself?
Because I ain't fucking nobody.
So why does that matter? You'd rather just not be ready and complain all day?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what I don't want to do is get back to peak condition and for no reason.
That's for you.
No, because then I'm going to be super horny and not fucking again. And then I got to get used to that shit all over again.
No, I want to do that.
I know you want to, but like, do you know what's like, I need you to find out what special concoction you've been taking.
A clean house.
That's not it.
Yeah.
That's
chores
not
done.
We've had clean houses and chores done before.
Not all at one time. It's
At
always
one time.
like a room that's off and that fucks with me.
That's not true.
I
can name times and there's been no fucking. Like, I don't think you understand how much you haven't fucked.
No,
through everything.
I'm there. I think I was there.
Yeah. So boy, I'm gonna be let down. Cause I got a little work to do. You know what I mean? You know what it's like? It's like fucking you in a threesome every night.
Because you feel like you got to perform?
Exactly. In a threesome, you know, I come through in a threesome. I upgraded the threesome. But that's because in my mind.
Every now and then, it's like a special treat.
Not even a special treat. In my mind, I'm saying to myself, you can't let these people down. Your wife know who you are. This woman don't.
But because I'm eager, it's like, oh, well, she. Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah. So, you know, but I just commend you. Thank you.
All right. You got to tell the people. You got to let people know. For real.
Listen, I've said in the past that my wife doesn't initiate and she don't give me no ass. But my wife has changed that. For how long? I don't know.
I'm here.
But for as long as it lasts, I'm going to get that ass.
Okay. Cut it off. Cut the cameras.
That was
Cut the cameras.
No, that was a what's some poems called?
Haiku?
A haiku?
It's not though.
It wasn't a haiku?
It's not at all.
That felt like a haiku.
No.
I don't really know what a haiku is.
There's also a limerick, but I can't remember.
That was a limerick.
I don't know if that was
even
that
better.
either. Actually, I don't remember.
That sounds sexy.
It was a poem.
All right, man. Join the Patreon so you can get the stuff that we couldn't get to today.
Yeah, sorry, y'all.
Sorry,
it
so
just
sorry.
was not pulling up.
So sorry, but maybe that was for the better because we got to talk about 300 and say thank you. That's what all this episode was for, just to say thank you. And continue along this journey with us. We have things that are supposed to be in the works.
That's what they tell us. That's what they say. You know they always saying something.
But we appreciate all of you people out there, from the ones that are constantly giving us shit to the ones that are constantly giving us love. It's all appreciated because it lets us know that we're not doing this for nothing. We're not doing this in vain. Somebody's out there listening, and we appreciate that, man. So
thank y'all.
With that being said, and then we had sex, and so should you. Thanks for listening.
Bye.